Good evening, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. We're almost at the 300 subscribers. I think we're around 285, so help me get there. I only need 15 more. Really appreciate all the support I've got up to this time. And yeah, I wanted to just keep you guys updated what's going on with my new business and how everything's going with Forget About It junk removal. So we had a little snafu the other day, a little setback, so to say. I woke up and went in the truck, ready to get out there and get myself out there, see if we could nail a job for the day. And I look and my check engine light just went on. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? Knowing that I just bought this truck recently, it's only got 500 miles, brand spanking new. The last thing I'm expecting is to have a check engine light on. So I called over to the dealership where I got it, which shout out to Monarch Trucks. Here we go, located over in San Jose. They're in a Zuzu dealership. They hook it up. They got the NPR dump trucks, and they do them all custom and make them all nicey nice for the junk removal guys. Put in on the electronic tarp. They got the custom toolbox. They got the loading dock on the back and everything. So a lot of cool stuff over there. So shout out to Monarch Trucks. So yeah, the truck went in for the day. I didn't get to bring it to where I actually bought it from. That being 2 hours away over in San Jose. But lucky enough, real close in my town, I have a Zuzu dealership that deals with all the commercial trucks. I brought it right over there, dropped it off. Got a call back the next day, which was kind of weird. I get this phone call back, and like, oh, waiting to find out what's going on with the truck, if there's anything wrong. Hopefully, everything's under warranty, considering it's brand new and everything. And the guy's like, yeah, he goes, he's like, I got like 20 different warning lights on, all different codes for electronic. And he goes, when they put on that box on this truck, they must have did something, or must have reset the battery, and those codes all were coming up, and it made it sound like there was this big problem and everything. So he's like, so we reset everything and nothing came back on. He goes, but I can't cover it under the warranty. So I'm just like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? So what's actually wrong with the truck, man? Like, other than, just some codes that aren't, relevant and everything. And he's like, nothing's wrong with the truck. He goes, it's just whatever the people that put the box on, they must have did something. I said, well, I don't think you get it, brother. I said, I got it from a Zuzu dealership. Like, there's no aftermarket company involved. The Zuzu Monarch dealership, they do all the custom work. They're the ones that put the box on, man. So this is not like I'm doing some crazy rigging up here and messing around with electronic systems. Everything is stock here, so you guys should be covering this. And I'm a little confused why you wouldn't. So I was like, can we call my buddy over at Monarch Trucks, and shout out to Bob Padilla. Bob's a head honcho over there. He's the one that actually helped me get the truck, and that's who connected me. Sonoma Strong hooked me up with Bob. So I call over to Bob on three-way with the guy on there, and I tell Bob what's going on, and they're not covering it on the warranty. And he's like, no, that's not true. He goes, it's a brand new truck. It's covered under warranty. So he explains to the guy, and he's like, we put on the box. It's, from our stock warehouse and all, and unless you see a wire splice or something, you can't blame it on putting on the box and all. You guys got to cover that and all. So he's like, all right, let me call over to my shop manager, and I'll get back to you. And then the next morning I get a phone call, and he says, we waived the charge, you could come pick up your truck. And also transmission code came up, and it turns out there was an update on that truck, so they updated that as well, and everything was covered under warranty. So I've put like 40-50 miles on it since picking it up. Everything seems good. I haven't got no lights on it. Everything's running good on it. So I'm excited about that. But it was just like a kind of a weird experience. I don't know what set that off and like why that went on. And it was kind of crummy of that dealership trying to charge me $275 to shut off these warning lights and on a brand new truck. But my man Bob Padilla, he really looked out for me, and he made sure that everything was covered under warranty, and he told me if there was any other problems to contact him back. But thank God they did the right thing, so I didn't have to contact him back. So, but again, guys, if you guys are interested in getting a new truck, or you want to talk to somebody about getting used or whatever, I really suggest Monarch Trucks. They're located over in San Jose, but they could ship them anywhere in the country. They're very fair with prices, and the really cool thing is they customize them for the junk removal, which is it definitely helps you out a lot, especially in this business. Also, want to make another couple of shout outs. We got a shout out Autopilot, Andrew Thompson's new software that's helping out a lot of junk removal businesses. I've been using it. It's working great. It's tracking all my new clients. I got my tracking numbers in there. I'm setting up my SMS. Texting and all that stuff. So shout out to Autopilot. They're in beta testing right now. So he's got a really great deal right now. Hit up Andrew Thompson if you're interested. Also, want to shout out, we got our man Kevin Hess. He's got his really great, amazing book out here, Leading with Purpose. Anybody, any entrepreneur, anybody that's in the business world, I highly suggest getting this. Get over to Amazon, check it out. I also will be doing some giveaways. I got a bunch of these, and I had Kevin Hess sign them. So they are autographed and everything. And you know what? We might be giving one away today on here as well. So tune in, and definitely, if you guys are listening, click that thumbs up button and get yourself over to Amazon. Get yourself Leading with Purpose by Kevin Hess. Great guy. He's a big dude in junk removal. Helps out a lot of people. And one more plug we got is we got Junk Removal Secrets by my man Xavier Caldera. And anybody that knows that's in the junk removal community, you know, they also have an amazing group. Lots of people in there. They let you post anything up junk removal, but you know, get over there, get in that group, and also make sure you get this series. He's got 2 books out right now, and he's got a 3rd on its way. A lot of great tips in here, a lot of stuff pertaining to emailing and getting commercial accounts. Really great stuff. So definitely go and support our fellow junk removal guys. So with all that being said, guys, I want to introduce today's guest. He's an OG in the junk removal industry. I got to meet him over at the Junk Expo thrown by Sonoma Strong a couple months back. He came up on my radar, really great speaker. And, you know, I got to talk to him after. Really nice family. His son's really good hustlers and entrepreneurs. And, you know, I think he's training them in the junk removal industry. And one of his sons is also in the fitness. I was talking to him about that. So I'd like to introduce today's special guest, John Aguirre, and he owns Happy Junk Removal out of Arizona. What is up, John? How are you tonight, brother?
Paul, Italia, what's going on? Excited to be here, man. I'm doing good.
Great, man. Great, bro. Great to have you on, man. So I want to kind of just learn a little about your background, kind of find out about how did you find the junk removal industry?
Oh, sure. Well, I started my first, one of my first businesses in '01. I was doing power washing, and I did that for 20 plus years. But I had one power wash customer ask me, you know, after we washed their warehouse, she says to me, "Hey, can you take away these items are left over, this junk?" I said, "Yeah, I can haul that away for you." So it was some stainless steel restaurant equipment, and we just loaded it back in my pickup truck. And I thought, you know what, maybe I can expand on this and get into the junk removal business more. I know I looked into it back in '01. I called 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and I checked back then what the price was to get into the franchise. And I think I want to say it was like 150,000 back then, which is a steal. But you know, I dismissed it for many years, and then when this opportunity came up with my pressure wash customer, I started looking into it some more. I called a few competitors. One guy here in town, Robert, the garbage guy, he gave me some tips. I called a guy in Seattle, Mark Brock from Brock's Junk Removal, asked him for some tips. And it all kind of started there. You know, I started out with a used NPR truck. It was a landscape truck, and just started building it up, you know. Mark Brock in Seattle, I said, "Hey, I appreciate you helping me out. When I get this up and running, I'm going to fly out there and buy you a beer." So 2 years later, I flew out there and we had lunch and we had a beer and had a good time. Yeah.
Very, very nice, man. I want to shout out real quick to the guys in the chat. We got Drew 24 in the house. We got Richard. How you doing, brother? Good evening. We got my man Stizzy. How you doing? He says, "What up, Paul? Good to see you back, bro. Hope all is good. Well on your side." Thank you for saying that, Stizzy. Thank you for all the support. Drew also, he attached a link to your Facebook over there. So check out John. He's over on Facebook. You connect with him
Oh,
over there. And Drew was talking about my NPR dump truck. We were talking. He goes, "These trucks are not cheap. Definitely not, Drew. Brand new. I think it was 88,000 I paid for it all together with all the custom stuff I had done to it." And we also, Cisco, good evening to both of you. What is up, Cisco? How are you, brother? So, John, I want to break into this a little more. So, when you first got in, you were in the power wash business. So, obviously, did you jump in full time right away in the junk removal, or did you dabble with it a little and kind of do it as like a part time gig?
I just it wasn't so popular back when I got into it. I got my truck, got a cheap website. I think it was $300 for my first website, and then I started putting ads on Craigslist. YouTube wasn't a thing back then, so you just kind of had to figure out as I went. And I think year one or so, just like you're getting started, it starts to trickle in slowly. You start getting traction, get your regular customers. I think the first year I got really lucky. I locked in with this company called OfferPad, which I'm not sure where they're at now, but that was like $120,000 deal. And then that took me from one truck to two trucks real quick. And I was able to hire employees, and that was a nice boost in the first year or so.
So that was a commercial account.
Yeah,
Is that
OfferPad, what they do with they would they buy your house cash, right? And they give you you sell it at a discount, but you avoid all the realtor fees, and they just expedited the process. And when they were buying these houses, they'd go in there, do remodels, fix them up, and then resell them or rent them out. And I was their go-to guy for all the remodels. So all the construction guys would put everything in the garage, and we just go in and haul it all off, all the empty paint cans, carpet, tile, whatever they're doing. We take before and after pictures and send them an invoice. And it was going really good with them. I mean, that was a really good boost. And then they just dropped me. And my thoughts were they just brought it in internal,
John?
So
How long were you up and running when you got that commercial account?
I want to say end of the first year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I keep track of all my jobs, so I can pull up a list of how many jobs I had the first month. I was excited to do 3 jobs a week. And then I just all the time I've been tracking how many jobs we do per week, and I remember when we first hit 20,000 in sales. That was a big deal, in a month. And yeah, it's it's a really good business to be in. I don't see so much as I think it's more of a lifestyle, to tell you the truth. For me, it's not so much about the money. It's all about the action, getting in, closing the deals, finding the good stuff, selling the treasures. It's just every day's it's chaotic sometimes, but it's just a lot of fun for me.
So let me ask you, when you first started, what was your marketing approach? Like, how did you get yourself out there? How'd you get that phone ringing?
My first go-to was Craigslist. I was putting ads on Craigslist, and then what I do after that,
John,
I
do you
actually
pay? Do you have to pay for those ads on Craigslist?
back then it was free.
Okay.
I don't do Craigslist anymore, so my understanding, I think they charge now. But I was getting quite a few jobs on Craigslist, and I started running paid pay-per-click. Back then, it was a company was called White Shark Media. They're probably still around, but that wasn't panning out too much. So then I started going after commercial customers, and
Now, what
yeah,
was that you just said? That company? What is that? That's a website you go to? Is that a
they do
company?
pay-per-click,
Okay.
and they were based out of Florida, I think, back then. And that was working. It seemed like that was working okay. It's getting me more jobs. But as I was learning more to track my ad spend and versus how much money I was making, I saw it wasn't a good idea. So yeah.
Where would you say the base of your foundation came of clients at the beginning? What marketing strategy? What was it, like the organic, like the yard signs, word of mouth,
You
business
know,
cards?
it was it's mostly organic online. I actually didn't do yard signs up until like 2 years ago. You know,
Ah,
and
okay.
then the yard signs, I think they're more about branding. So people might see your yard signs, but they don't call you because of the yard signs. They call you because when they go to Google and they see happy junk removal, they subconsciously saw that yard sign and it builds that branding. So they're going to call you not because of the yard sign, but because they see you coming up on Google and it's tied in with a branding of that yard sign. So you become more of a household name or a subconscious name in the customer's perspective.
See, that's the only problem I ran into in my area. You can't use branded signs. It's against
Oh,
the law over there, so we have to
oh,
use the banded signs.
yeah,
I don't know how strict they are with enforcing that, but I don't see too many branded signs in the area, or if I do see them, like a day later, they're gone. They must go around the town and clean those up. So that's
yeah,
definitely one of the obstacles we got to figure out how to get around. And I'm kind of going through the same stage right now. I'm at that beginning. I think I'm 2 weeks up and running, and
yeah,
I'm about 3 jobs in, and I'm out every single night. We're putting out the bandit signs. We're doing word of mouth. We made gift baskets. We're going introducing ourselves to the local businesses.
yeah,
I'm posting on Facebook groups and all. And I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. I listened to everybody, and everybody says, it is slow at first, but I thought it was going to be a little more action than it is. So I don't
yeah.
know if it's also maybe the time of year that we're in as well. It's a little colder out, and maybe people aren't really looking to use
Yeah,
junk
I think
removal.
it's at least for us, it's going to start picking up next month.
Okay.
Yeah, typically January is a little bit slower, and then it starts picking up. It peaks up about August. It peaks for us.
So let
Yeah.
me ask you a bit of advice for me. Like, what can I do to, get out there more? Is there anything else other than, with the yard signs, business cards, flyers? I just got my website up and running. Shout out to Spearcrest Digital. Ronnie Knuckles hooked it up and
Okay. Yeah.
made a beautiful, beautiful website, which when I get off here, I want to send it over there. Just hear your thoughts and what you think of that.
Okay. What city are you in, Paul?
I'm actually by Sonoma Strong, so
Okay.
right where we had that junk expo.
Oh, nice.
15
Okay.
minutes away from them.
So, yeah, I've been doing this like 11 years or so, but I always learn something new. So, and I talked to my son. He's in Tucson. He's been at it about 3 years. And what I tell people is I'm gonna talk to you like you're my son because I want you to do well, right? So what I tell my son is you got to go to these networking meetings. You got to go to BNI. And his first reaction was like, "That's boring, Dad. You got to sit there. You got to show up. If you don't show up, it's mandatory attendance. It's almost like having a job and a boss." But if I had to do this all over again, I would focus more on relationships as opposed to paying for advertising. So a really good tool, and they have a CRM. BNI has a CRM that helps you be successful. So if you attend their meetings and you meet with different professionals in those groups, you're going to build a network that's going to help you grow because their motivation is for you to help them, and they're going to help you. So I started BNI, I think September. So I've already done like 7,000 in revenue with them. Just, it pays off. So find your largest BNI group in your area, join that, and just become part of that network. People get to know Paul. They're going to like you. They're going to trust you. And when somebody talks about junk, they're going to think about you.
And
So
this might sound stupid, but what does BNI stand for?
business networking international, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, I first went to BNI back when I was doing. I used to do kitchen exhaust systems when I was pressure washing, and I was trying to get more customers. So I went to a BNI meeting, and I was a little bit more introverted then. And I didn't feel right in that environment because most of my customers back then were commercial customers for the pressure washing. But for junk removal, it's all retail. You're gonna do 80% retail. Every mom and pop, everyone needs junk removal. So you got to put yourself out there. And at these BNI meetings, it's a good place to put yourself out there.
And what do they, each local area has like different groups or something
Yeah,
that
there's
you can
different
join?
chapters. So in your area, there might be, half a dozen to 10 chapters, and you join the one that's closest to you, or the one that you could visit all of them and pick the one that you feel most comfortable in. But they usually last an hour, hour and a half. You get up, you get to do a 25-second pitch about your business, and everybody does testimonials. You get somebody gets to do a presentation for 7 minutes about their business. Yeah, so I like it because they have a CRM. When I started this, there was no CRMs, right? It was all, we just did it manually, Google Calendar. But BNI has a CRM that helps you succeed, just like Autopilot, House Call Pro. It's going to keep you on task and keep you organized. So it's a great source for getting leads.
And what is the CRM? What is also does it bring to the table? Like, what are some of the services that come with it? And
Oh, the BNI CRM?
yeah.
Yeah, it's just part of the membership, so you can track how much business you've gotten from BNI. You can track how much business you've given out. You can track how many one-on-ones. So like this, you and I talking right this, like I can enter that as training because we're having a networking meeting right now. So I enter that as a credit, so to show that I'm trying to better myself as a business owner. So they help raise the bar in your performance as a business owner, right?
What do they charge you monthly for that?
I think it's like 1,000 a year or something like that. I forget. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, I got to look into it. I haven't heard about that one yet, but also if guys in junk removal business, you might know Andrew Thompson. He's got Autopilot.
Yeah.
He's building as we speak. We're in beta testing. It's up and running. I've been using that and been getting great results and all. And he keeps just adding more and more stuff, and he's letting the people tell what else feedback, and he could possibly be adding more. So
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. Andrew's got the tracking numbers on there. I invested in the Autopilot, so I'm waiting a little bit before I transfer everything over. Right now, I use House Call Pro, but I'll be switching. But what's cool with Andrew's software, he has the tracking numbers that are embedded in the software, so you can track where your leads are coming from.
How much does a Household Pro charge?
House Call Pro, I think I'm paying like $350 a month right now.
Wow, bro, do you see like how much all this adds up? You just said 1,000 for the other one, 350 per month for that. You start running up some pretty big bills. Does it actually pay for itself, would you say, though, with business?
Oh yeah, so the BNI is 1,000 a year. I've already billed out 7,000. Okay, and that's in what, September, October, November, December, January. 5 months, 7,000. So you figure, $1,100 a month, and I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
just getting started.
Wow. So
But not only that, I met other professionals there that, like for example, my workman's comp. I found a guy there at the BNI group that can get it for me for 3,000 less a year. So he's already saved me 3,000 for the year.
oh,
You know?
that's amazing. I love
Yeah,
when you find things like that. And I
yeah,
actually had one of those recently when it came to getting commercial insurance. And actually, the day I seen you at the expo was the actual day that morning. I got my commercial insurance finally on.
nice.
When I
Yep.
first went and got quoted, I was quoted at 17,600 for the year, and I almost shit my pants. I was just like, "Wait, what?" I didn't expect that much for a single truck. I was expecting somewhere like 5 to 10K. But when I
Yeah,
heard that, almost my mouth dropped. So I talked with Matt Vick from Sonoma Strong, and
yeah,
I told him the deal, and he was like, "Yo, you got to talk to Toby Stubbs. He
Yeah.
is the guy in junk removal that helps everybody out with commercial insurance.
Yep.
He's the guy. And I
He
hit up.
saved me. I think when I first signed up with Toby, he saved me $35,000 a year.
Oh, so that's kind of the same story I'm about to tell
Yeah.
you. So that morning he hits me up and he's like, "Yo, I got you a better deal, man. 6,000." I was like, "You just saved me $11,000. I love you, bro." Like, so yeah, that's so guys, if you are looking for commercial insurance and you're having problems going through, because certain states it's really hard. California is definitely one of them. I got the guy. So hit me up, or you could just hit up Toby Stubbs directly, and he'll definitely let you he'll see what he could do. He'll see what quotes he could get as well. So I know when you first started, I remember you saying that you went in, you did like a cheap website. You spent like $300, and that was good at the beginning.
Yeah.
Did you stick with that website, or did you end up
So
upgrading?
I switched to a company in Washington, Effective Web Solutions. They're called. They're still in business. And it was pretty pricey. Back then I want to say it was like, I don't know, 1,500 a month or so, and I just didn't feel like I was getting traction with them, right? So I canceled the service with them, and they provided good service. I just wanted to try my own thing, So it was a little bit of a struggle to get my domain back because I owned it, but I got that done. And over the years, I always own my domain. I don't give that away. So I learned my lesson. Like, make sure you own your domain. It's under your domain. You own it. So I would do SEO intermittently. I would turn on for a few months and turn it off. Turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. And then I learned over the years how to kind of keep tabs on how well my website was doing. So I feel more comfortable now with my, if I'm paying for SEO, I keep an eye on what they're doing. I make sure there's activity versus like I haven't logged in. They hadn't logged into my website for 6 months, and I'm paying $1,500 a month. So, so I own my own website now, but I've gone through several upgrades. I've spent, probably $15,000 over the years just to get it where it's at now. So, yeah.
Wow. And now let me ask you this, for a newbie starting off, how important is a website to begin?
Well, it's very important. Like, what's so here's some things you want to keep track of, and I'm not an SEO guy, but I hold them accountable. Like, okay, you're not going to charge me for doing nothing. So I want increased traffic, I want increased domain authority, and I want to make sure it's trending up all the time. Those things: domain authority, number of visits. Oh, and another thing, backlinks. I want to make sure I have good backlinks. So those three things you want to keep track of. And you can look at that yourself. You can look at similarweb.com, or you can look at semrush.com. So whoever's doing your website, say, what's my domain authority? Okay. So I'm paying you to do my website. What's my domain authority? What's my monthly traffic? How many backlinks do I have? How many good backlinks do I have? You want to be able to, you can do this yourself if you own your website. Go into your Google Search Console and you can look at your own statistics. That's like directly from Google. So do you own your website?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah. Are you familiar with Google Console?
No, as soon as I get off this, I'm going to actually go and start looking at it. I literally got my website up and running last Wednesday.
Nice.
So yeah, I want to do all this research, and I'm going to be trying to do my own SEO at the beginning, because all I did was I had them build the website, and I'm in charge of my own SEO.
Okay.
Down the line, I might have somebody help me out with the SEO.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty savvy with getting out there on the internet and all, so I think I could probably figure out a lot of the stuff with SEO.
Yeah. Check out your Google Console. Get a good baseline, so you're going to feel good about yourself once 6 months down the road, you see where you're at now, and you compare your domain authority now to what it is 6 months from now. You compare your website visitors now versus 6 months, and you can get all that from a Google Console.
Okay, and now,
free.
How many backlinks do you have on your website? Like, what's a good starting point with backlinks? And I'm talking
Well,
about quality backlinks. I'm not just saying like we just went and got like a bunch of cheap garbage ones, like ones that actually have something to do with junk removal.
okay, so I have where's my backlinks right now? Right now I'm in SEMrush and I have the free version. So I have so my authority score right now is 30. Dude, that's killer. Killer.
Oh,
If you semrush.com authority score of 30 is really good.
what is the range usually for
The range,
authority?
so like my son, he's been at it like 3 years. I think he's like in the 9 to 11 range.
Okay. And
So
is it the higher the better?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Uh,
So and now how many years have your website been established and up and running? Because I'm sure that helps rank you
yeah,
guys.
I've been it's 11 years. You know.
Oh, look who's in the house. We got Sonoma Strong in the house. What up, Big
What's
John?
up, Matt?
There you go. Matt
Joni?
and JoJo. What is up, guys? Hope you're feeling better, Matt. Are you feeling better? I know he's been a little under the weather the last couple of days.
Oh no.
Uh,
Yeah, something's been going around. So backlinks, where's my backlinks at? I have like I want to say like 300 backlinks. Here we got.
wow.
Hang on.
And how many page website is it?
Oh, dude, I got at
You
least
talk-
20 pages.
you're building like a book over there.
Yeah, so I actually don't do any of my website work. I pay a guy. Uh, I pay an SEO guy, and I have a website guy. So my website guy does not do SEO, but he's like my gatekeeper. I trust him. I've been with him for 11 years. He doesn't do SEO, but in order to do any work on my website, you got to go through Phil McCune, because I trust him, right?
Nice.
And I had a SEO guy last year for a while, and then I stopped the SEO for a good 8 months. And he said, if he's going to tank, it just got better. So then I said, okay, I sense I got to pick it back up again. So I hired Louis Vandervalk, and he's a good guy. I really like the work he's done. So
Yeah, shout out to Lewis, man. He's another
yeah,
guru. He was the other guy that was very, very I was very impressed. I had him on interview, and the knowledge when it comes to SEO and anything when it come in building websites is he's a next level kind of dude. We got a couple of them in the junk removal industry that really, some true gurus at that kind of stuff.
so what I love about Louis is he's very transparent, very transparent. And when I first hired on with him, he probably didn't like me because I had so many questions. You know, he's probably thinking maybe you're not my customer, John, but I had lots of questions.
Yeah, but
So
that's a good thing. That shows that and you actually care, and that's somebody that you want to work with.
yeah, yeah, he's a good guy.
So, John, I got to ask you, bro, what are some goals that you got for happy junk removal in the next 5 years?
Yeah, so I think what we do really well is we track our performance out in the field. But what I don't do well, and I'm gonna work on this myself, is I don't hold myself accountable for closing more commercial customers. So I have a good tracking mechanism for looking at our cost of goods. But what I want to put in place for myself and my help is I want to do management cogs. So we got operations cogs and more management, business development cogs. How are we doing in a given week in terms of business development? So what people say is, what you can measure, you can improve. So my personal goal is to improve our commercial accounts. We're about 20% right now. I'd like to be sitting about 30, 35.
And how do you go about acquiring the commercial accounts?
So I'll just drop in places. Today I dropped in at one, two. I dropped in at three commercial properties today. I took them 2 candy jars full of kisses and my business card, and the sign that says no soliciting. I just blow right by that.
Nice. How about, did you get to read Xavier's book, Junk Removal
Uh,
Secrets?
No, not yet. I haven't read it yet. But yeah, he talks about getting the commercial accounts. But yeah, I haven't. I'm not a big reader, but yeah, I owe it to him to read that book. Xavier is a super nice guy, very knowledgeable, and we had some good conversations. So
Yeah, the reason why I say that is he deals with the whole with email campaigns, with commercial accounts and all, and things that I never even would have thought of. You know, you probably would have thought of it. You've been in junk removal for so long and all, but you know, we just built our three email accounts for the business, and you know, we're going to start working on them and trying to get commercial accounts through the emails and all. So that is definitely one of the goals I'm going to have in this first year.
yeah, so the email campaigns, if you can figure that out, let me know. Because
Okay.
email, we do not have a good, supposedly the open rate's good, but it's not, no, there's no traction. I don't. I think I've gotten one customer I can think of from emails.
Wow.
Text
Okay.
campaigns, that's a different story. That works, but the email campaign for us has not worked. I know. Yeah, it just I haven't got it to work yet.
So John, you just hit one of them on the nose. The SMS campaigns. I just
Yep.
had Ivan on, and you know,
Yep.
I really am a big fan of those campaigns, and you know, I can't wait to build up my client book so I could start sending out those texts and all that.
Yeah.
I really think that's going to be a gold mine and all. So with that being said, did you start from the beginning? Did you make a client book? Did you know store everybody's info from the beginning?
No. So what we did is actually Cade Swallow from Code 3. He kind of nudged me. I think he sold his, yeah, he sold his company a while back, but he nudged me to get that text campaign going because it was working for him. Um, I had Chirp as a platform, and we tried that, and didn't work for us because I was trying to do it myself. I'm not so techy. And then somehow I discovered Ivan, and I said, all right, we'll give him a try. And it's been gangbusters with the text campaign now because it worked much better than Chirp. He's got a go high level, and I don't have to worry about it. Set it and forget it. I'll have to say, Ivan, shut it down. We're good. Shut it down for a while.
So, John, give me an idea. So, you send out a text blast. Um, First off, how many are in that text blast at a time?
So
Are
we,
you
we send out like 200 every day,
okay? And
and then there's about we have about 8,000 clients that's just cycled through. Once we go through the whole list, it will start it again.
okay, out of that 8,000, how many jobs do you nail from the whole campaign? Would you say?
So text campaign, I don't know the exact number. I can find it, but I know the dollar figures. I think it's about 47,000 in less than a year in revenue.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that's free because that was I pay him minimal amount just to have the platform. So it's just targeting existing customers, which is great. So it's a
Yeah.
lot less than paying Google, right?
So that was the other thing that, I wanted to ask you about this because, there's like two different sides of this as far as people's thoughts on Google Ads. Some people were saying that, Google Ads is no good because once you stop the Google Ads, all the business stops.
Yeah.
But I was kind of thinking about that and I was like, I don't think that's actually true. And, with the Google Ads, as long as you're holding all your clients' infos or you're storing them and you do those SMS campaigns, once you get that client from Google, you pretty much have them for a lifetime if you follow up with these SMS campaigns. What's your
Right.
thoughts on that?
So I think the stats are 75% of our customers have only used this one time.
Okay.
So I probably spent I don't know 70,000 $70,000 in the last 8 years on Google Ads, and I don't think it was a good investment. And I didn't know my numbers good enough back then to be concrete about that. But now it's like it's not. There's so many people running ads right now. It's not worth it.
So give me an idea. You said you spent like 60, 70,000 over a long period of time, but give me an idea on a daily basis. How much were you spending every day on the Google ads?
Oh, at one point we had our daily spend like $100.
Okay,
You
now
know,
with that $100, were you seeing like the phone calls were coming in like consistently? Were you able to make that money back? Were you able to make small
so yeah,
profit with it?
so I trusted other companies to run that for me, and I didn't see return. I didn't see,
Uh,
yeah, I didn't see return. And I'm not techy enough to run it myself. Like some of these guys, like Xavier and Andrew, they can do it themselves. I can't. I don't have the
okay.
patience for it. But
So when you do the Google ads with somebody, so not only are you paying for the ads, you're also paying for them to run
management,
the
right?
ads and all that. And I'm sure that could get very, very, very pricey. And I'm sure, it's kind of harsh on the relationship you're having with the company you're working with. Because if you're not getting the business in, I'm sure you're kind of looking at them sideways.
Yeah,
You're watching your bank account go down and you're not getting these phone calls. So you're probably getting a little like mad at them pretty much all the time and all.
yeah. So and it's exciting. It's taken a while, but I kind of got it dialed in, so everything's a lot smoother than what it used to be. It's more predictable. So sometimes having higher sales isn't as good as having a smooth running business. You know,
Okay. Now, what's your thoughts on the Facebook ads?
the Facebook ads. Um, I'll boost them occasionally if I do. That's another place where we can improve our social media posts. People like the content. Like I got a job the other day. I had a realtor take a picture with me in front of my truck. She goes, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." So she posted it on her Instagram, and I got a job like the following week from a different realtor that saw the post.
Uh,
So I think if you can get the realtors to take the pictures with you and have them post it on their profile, it's more because the realtors follow each other, right? Like, who's selling what, right? So yeah, I think that's a good strategy.
wow. Now, what about some tips for branding your business?
Branding, yard signs, good for branding. Facebook posts, all the local groups, they're free. A lot of times they'll let you post like once a week. Just chime in on there. I do charity stuff. Anytime you can do free work for a charity, we do stuff with the Boy Scouts, Ryan's Hope. We do donate to Purple Hearts. If you can get backlinks from your charity you donate to, so you guys feed each other's websites, that's a good thing. What else?
Have you ever did anything like sponsorship to like little league baseball teams or the football teams or anything like that?
No, no, I didn't have too much luck with that. I know it might work for some people, but for me, it hasn't worked. What's the Boy Scout? We do that once a month. We haul all they have like electronics fest, and whatever they don't auction off, I haul it off, and get it recycled for them. Yeah.
Nice. What do you say to the people out there, like so to say, like the naysayers that say junk removal business is too saturated?
Um, I'd say everything's saturated if you want to look at it that way. you know.
But
So look how many landscapers. So there's landscapers everywhere, right?
yeah,
So yeah, that's saturated too. Go out and hustle. You know.
give me an idea from, back then when you first started and all, what was, how many other junk removal companies would you say were in your town then to compared to now?
Oh shoot! When I started, I could probably 10 back in 2014. Now there's probably 300. You know,
Wow. Yeah, it
they're
seems like
every
it's
day they pop up. But so it's it's not easy. That's if you can make this successful, you're good. You don't have to be smart either. You just have to be consistent.
how many trucks do you have running and how many employees?
So we run in 2022. We're running 3 trucks. We had I think we had like 6 employees. We hit not quite a million in sales. I think we did like 9 950, 970. I forget the exact number. And now with things slow down 2020, 2023. So now we're down to let's see, we got 4 employees and myself, and then our numbers are, we average about 65K a month, but we're actually we run a tighter ship now than I did in 2022 when I was doing close to $1 million in sales. So our average job size is up. It's good. It's a good business.
Now, let me say, when you were just running your own truck and it was just you running it, how much of the percentage would you say you were bringing home compared to now running, 6 employees?
So now, the terms that I didn't know when I started this business was like EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes, right? So my EBIT now is a consistent 25% after paying myself a good salary. So
Right.
my EBIT could be like 30% now. And when I first started, it was tied with my other businesses, so it's kind of convoluted. So, but now I sold my pressure washing company, my hood cleaning, and then I went all in on junk removal. I bought another company that went out that the guy retired, the Junk Guys, junkguys.com. I bought that customer list, and then it's so you can do. I've talked to people across the country. Their EBITs and I've heard ranges 20% for a larger operation, up to like a one-man operation. You can do like 50% EBIT, right? You got no overhead. So it's all how you want to scale it. But I think I'm doing pretty good, to 25%.
How
That's a good
hard
business.
how hard is it to keep all 3 trucks running every day with jobs?
Well, we don't run 3 trucks every day. We run about 1.5 consistently. So you can do the math. You can do 40,000 with 1 truck. That's pretty good revenue. If you look at your labor, dump fees, and fuel, that's a good profit. If you keep all your operating expenses under control, and you keep your cost of goods around 25-30%. So 25-30% cost of goods, 30% operating expenses, and then the rest is EBIT, right? So right now, I don't really need all the trucks I have, but I like them because I never have issues not having a truck. I always have a truck.
And you also got another like kind of storing place if need be.
Right. Yeah, we do that. Matter of fact, 1 truck right now is full of scrap metal. So we average about 1,000, 1,300 a month just in scrap metal.
Wow, very nice. And do you answer all your phones by yourself? Do you have people answer?
No,
Do
I
you
have Maggie. She's my ops. We're like a team. She answers the phone 24/7. She's better than me.
Okay. And do you have a physical office and a
Yeah.
yard? Okay.
Yes. So we picked up this property 5 years ago, and from junk removal. It's so what I tell my sons, like, don't just do junk removal. Dabble in other stuff. Dabble in real estate. So yeah, it's junk removal is an avenue for other opportunities. So.
What other I know you're an entrepreneur, I could just tell from meeting you and all. What other businesses are you involved with? What other kind of incomes you got coming in?
Oh, I just have a rental property, and then just my real estate. That's all. Nothing really crazy. But yeah, the bulk of it's the junk removal. So
Do you dabble with crypto at all?
no.
Okay. The reason why I was asking, we're in the middle. It's the bull run's about to start. It only comes every 4 years with Bitcoin, and you can see I'm representing Bitcoin right now. Everything. I'm living the crypto world for the last like few months. Like I just just going crazy with trading.
Yeah, there's a guy. He owned a liquor store right down the street. and he invested in crypto like 6 years ago, and he's like game over, retired, he disappeared.
Oh, dude, I'm watching a lot of my friends, man, and they're with little frog coins. They're coming millionaires overnight, and it's mind blowing, bro. And seeing like a 19, 20-year-old kid that took his $10,000 that he's been saving and put that all into a dog coin, and next thing it hits $5 million overnight, and you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
nuts.
so there's a lot going on out there in the world. I'm pretty simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I get myself. I'm out in everything. I'm like one of those like serial entrepreneurs and always jumping into something new. And of course, that's how I ran into junk removal as well. And I actually got Matt Vick and Sonoma Strong. I got them all into crypto now, and we're all hitting each other up. Yeah, I got everybody going into that. So.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah, definitely something to check out, man. If you're interested, feel free to hit me up with that, man. I'm pretty knowledgeable, and I've been putting in the work and doing all the background and figuring everything out.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you, John, for coming on tonight, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, a lot of great knowledge, a lot of great golden nuggets you gave tonight, and really appreciate it. I'm gonna go make a few clips out of the real important topics and get that out over the next week and all. And also, I want to put out there: is there any other social media platforms you'd like to shout out for people to check out or contact you from?
They can hit me up on Facebook. If the viewers aren't on Local Junkers, I encourage them to get on there. I didn't talk about it, but this is kind of like a little side project I started. There weren't a lot of resources for how to do junk removal. So I created it back in 2014. I think it was Local Junkers Facebook group. I just didn't really push to grow it. And I thought, you know what, it would be nice to have like a website where all the junk guys could be on in the whole country, right?
Yeah.
So I built that Local Junkers website. So that's a free backlink. So if you're running the business, you get on Local Junkers. So it's a free backlink. Get on the map. There's also all the resources. I could put you on there too as a YouTuber, a podcaster. Let's see, where's it at? Let's see.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm going to check that out for sure, bro.
Yeah, localjunkers.com. Over the years, people would call me and it would say, "Hey, can I pick your brain?" So my wife says you should start charging for that, right? So I paid a coach, right? Because you don't know what you don't know. I was paying a coach $700 an hour.
Wow.
Right? Twice a month. And it was money well spent because guess what? I know it now. I know it, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know. So then people would call me and say, "Hey, can I pick your brain?" So I said, "Sure." So I do a Zoom call with them. It's $200 an hour. And I just kind of go through their whole, believe it or not, most people don't have a business plan when they call me, and I help them get that set up. What I call the big picture, kind of set them up for growth, go over all their COGS, go over all their operating expenses, their ad spend. I go over with them. I have different lead sources. I pay for leads, not just Google. I got I got other sources for leads coming in besides just my organic stuff. So I kind of go over that with them. And then sure, I got this picture I kind of drew right here. Let's see. That's people say, wow. Can I pick your brain? So
you made I
cool. Made a brain, right?
Yeah.
This is the stuff that rolls around my head all day,
Oh wow.
So I'll be on vacation. I think about this stuff, right? So it's all, basic stuff. You can find it all on the internet, but you don't know what you don't know. So
that is very cool. And John, I had no idea that you do the coaching, man. That is really
cool.
I
haven't really pitched it. So I even thought like no one's doing this yet. I might do this. So I might do somewhere like you come out to spend the day with me and I'm going to teach you all this stuff. I'm going to go through all this. And when you leave, you can get in touch with me and I'm your coach for life. And, I don't know how to get you to 5 million, but I get you to, at least 500,000,
That is amazing, man. And do you have a website or anything, or should they just hit you up through Facebook?
Yeah, just hit me up. They can email me on the Local Junkers website or hit me up on the Facebook groups. The local junkers Facebook group is on there too. You can ask to
You
be
know what,
invited.
John? Why don't you do this when you get off? Send me the email for the local junkers, and what I could do, anything that you want me to attach, I'll put in the description on the YouTube interview on this one, and all the clips that we make from this. This way, people could go and check out your services and
Yeah,
see if they want to hire you as a coach and all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, my pitch is I'll talk to you like you're my son. You know.
Nice, nice. And the other thing that, John, that I'm looking to get going in the next couple of weeks, I've been talking with Andrew Thompson, Matt Vick, Jojo Vick, is I want to get to pick a day during the week, maybe like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, and kind of just like a hangout, like the junk removal community hangout where
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
everybody gets the link. We'll put it in the chat. Now everybody could come on. I think we could have up to 10 people, and we just talk junk removal
Yeah,
topics
yeah.
or
What's
anything
working?
cool going on in the week,
Yeah, we'll talk what's working, what's not working. You know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep you posted with that, and I'm gonna pick. It's probably gonna be like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, and like I said, I got a couple of the other big names in there, and I'd love to have you guys on, and just a place for everybody to shoot the shit and talk junk removal.
Oh, I love this stuff. Yeah, I'll travel different states and find a junk removal guy, local guy, and go have breakfast with him. You know, just because he's doing junk.
Very cool, man. Hell yeah. All right, guys. So, guys, everybody in the chat, I really appreciate you guys, all the great questions and tuning in. If you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. Also, I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers. I'm around 285 right now. I need 15 more. So if you guys could help me hit my goal, if you could share this around, I'd really, really appreciate it. Also got a lot of videos coming up. So this channel, we're going to be putting out a video or two a day. We're going to be putting out some more clips from this. I got a couple other surprise guests that are going to be coming up that should be very exciting. Also, if you guys have anybody that you want me to get in touch with and bring them on for interviews, please hit me up. I'm open to that as well. But I want to thank John again for coming on, bro. Really, really appreciate. And we'll stay in touch. And everybody in the chat, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys soon. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.